It's hard to believe that almost an entire year has passed since the premiere of the first Star Wars live-action series, The Mandalorian, and now here we are at the premiere of its second season. What was the expectations? What new things were shown? What was the big surprise at the end of the first episode? And what does it mean for the future of Star Wars and The Mandalorian? Today we're going to be analyzing Season 2, Episode 1 of The Mandalorian, titled The Marshal. Before we begin today's video, we would like to announce our next giveaway in celebration of our new channel, Mandalorian Universe. We'll be giving away an official black Darth Vader Force FX lightsaber along with replicas of Neo and Agent Smith's sunglasses. For your chance to win, please be subscribed to both Matrix Explained and Mandalorian Universe. Leave a like on this video and leave in the comments who do you think would win in a fight between Darth Vader and Neo and why. The winner will be announced on November 30th. Good luck and enjoy today's video. Episode 1, The Marshal, follows the style of the previous episodes in that the Mandalorian has to solve a specific problem related to the location he is in. This episode establishes a new story arc that will surely continue later on in the series, one that the fans have been waiting for let's say, decades. But before we get into that, let's talk about how and why Mando is where he is. Mando is searching for other Mandalorians to help him find the child's home and deliver him to his kind, as he was quested by the Mandalorian armorer. Following the trail of another Mandalorian, he visits the night town seen in the trailer where the Gamorrean duel is happening. There he discovers that there's a Mandalorian on Tatooine, in the city of Mos Pelgo. At first, Mando was not convinced. He spent time on the planet and never heard that there was another Mandalorian living there, but it was the only lead he had. So he travels back to the desert planet. On Tatooine, Mando is greeted back by Peli Motto, who points him in the direction of Mos Pelgo and once again loans him the same speeder bike from Season 1. Mos Pelgo is not a big city, as Mos Eisley or Mos Espa. It's a small mining settlement far off into the desert. Once Mando arrives at the town, he requests information at the local tavern. He finds what he is looking for, or rather, it finds him. And here is where we get our first big surprise of the episode, the legendary Boba Fett standing at the entrance. His armor is much more banged up since the last time we saw him, no doubt due to his, let's say, encounter with the Sarlacc. Mando was stunned when the other Mandalorian takes off his helmet and introduces himself as Cobb Vanth, the Marshal of Mos Pelgo. So yes, unfortunately, depending on how you see it, the man inside the helmet is not Boba Fett. Once again, The Mandalorian exceeds as a series thanks to its clever incorporation of classic Star Wars elements in its story, to the delight of the fans. The Sheriff Cobb Vanth's first appearance was in the Star Wars novel Aftermath. Mando asks him where he got the armor, to which Cobb answers that he bought it off some Jawas. The armor has helped him protect the town from bandits and other troublemakers. Mando demands that he hand over the armor, but before tensions escalate, a Krayt dragon passes through the town, right through the middle of the town, causing a great commotion. Cobb then makes a deal with Mando in exchange for the armor, help him kill the dragon, and Mando agrees. The duo travels to where the beast might live, and Cobb is mounted on one of the turbines of Anakin's pod racer. Only a diehard Star Wars fan could come up with this. You may think that this is just fan service, but in actuality, there is a logical reason behind this. Anakin Skywalker's pod racer won the Bunta Eve Classic pod race, and it was sold at a good price. For Star Wars fans, the pod is special, but for the people on Tatooine, it was just another racer, as we see that there are pod turbines scrapped everywhere. So the fact that Cobb is using a makeshift speeder made out of one of the turbines of Anakin's pod isn't a bad thing. In fact, it might be the fastest bike in all of Tatooine. On the way to the monster's lair, Mando and Cobb run into a group of sand people who also want to kill the Krayt dragon. The raiders were feeding the dragon bathins to make it sleep longer, but this time, it wasn't taking the bait. Without any other option or manpower to fight the monster, Mando enlists Cobb's town to help kill it. The plan was to bury explosives under the sand and lure the dragon to pass over the trap. The Krayt's weak point is its belly, so if they can get it to pass over the bombs, they can blow it up. But of course, things don't go as planned. The two groups managed to get the dragon over the bombs and detonate them, but the explosion did not work. The dragon somehow survived the explosion. Mando quickly came up with a new plan. He turned himself into bait to lure the dragon into eating a bantha that was loaded with explosives. The plan worked, and the crate dragon died from internal combustion. With the creature now dead and the sands safe, Cobb keeps his end of the deal and delivers the armor to Mando. In the end, the Mandalorian that lived on Tatooine was not a Mandalorian, so Din rides back to his ship. But what's this? There's a mysterious figure watching Mando from afar as he rides away. A bald man dressed in black, armed with a rifle and a gaffy. Luckily, the episode was kind enough to show us who that was. It's Boba Fett, who was watching Mando. Better yet, it's actor Temuera Morrison. The episode sure didn't disappoint with a surprise that no doubt made Star Wars fans very happy. It answers one of the oldest questions of Star Wars history. Could Boba Fett have survived the Sarlacc pit? And also, which role was Morrison going to play? Fett or Sergeant Rex? Well, I guess we got our answer, though him portraying Rex is still not out of the question. Morrison's appearance on camera was short, but there are several things that we can analyze about him to help understand the state that he is in. The first thing that stands out is that he is carrying two weapons used by the Raiders. More specifically and importantly, the gaffy. This melee weapon is traditionally used in the culture of the Tusken Raiders. Each gaffy stick is personally built by its user, and it's considered part of the Raider's identity. Therefore, a Raider would never part with the weapon willingly. Sounds like a lightsaber, doesn't it? A Jedi's lightsaber is uniquely designed by each member of the Order, just like the Raider's gaffy stick. So this could mean that Fett took those weapons from a Raider by force, using them to survive the dangers of Tatooine, which most likely includes the Sand People. Maybe that explains the scars on his face. Fett's current arsenal of weapons and the simple black robe he is wearing makes us think that he has been prowling the desert of Tatooine for a long time, with little contact with the people of the planet. 5 years have passed since the Return of the Jedi, so why doesn't Fett have better weapons? Because he hasn't returned to his ship. The reasons why are found in the Star Wars novel Aftermath and in this very episode. After the death of Jabba the Hutt and the destruction of the Empire, there was a power struggle on Tatooine. Other opportunistic groups invaded quickly, so it is possible that after Jabba's criminal underworld disbanded, these other groups seized his possessions, including Boba Fett's ship that was docked in Jabba's palace, as confirmed in the Star Wars video game The Force Unleashed. His ship may have been ransacked and was left with nothing. We will have to wait for the show to tell us why he has become a drifter and why he hasn't managed to improve his current situation on Tatooine. But at least one of the mysteries of the first season was answered. Who was the mysterious character at the end of episode 5, season 1? Now it's almost certain that it was Boba Fett. They were both similarly dressed after all. But what could he want with the Mandalorian? Well, there are two possible things. The first and possibly most obvious is that he wants his armor back. And second, we know that Boba Fett knew about Master Yoda. He has seen him. Fett hates the Jedi. So now he has two reasons to go after Mando and the child. But due to his complicated relationship with the Jedi, he might be the source of information that Mando needs to find them. The Mandalorian is back, and it feels like Christmas has come early. While watching the new episode, I couldn't help but feel like a kid again. The beginning of the episode felt like a cruel tease for showing us the iconic Boba Fett armor. But by the end, the creators gifted us with the confirmation that Fett is back. But what about you? What did you think about the season premiere? How did Boba Fett survive? And please don't forget, subscribe to our new channel, Mandalorian Universe.